In the icy heart of the Soviet Union, a group of 9 young hikers set out on an adventure into the Ural Mountains. It was 1959, and they were skilled, prepared, and eager to conquer the wilderness. But something went horribly wrong. Within days they were all dead, found in bizarre, inexplicable circumstances that have haunted investigators for decades. Welcome to Oddities Uncovered, where we unravel the chilling enigma of the Dyatlov Pass incident. What killed 9 hikers in 1959? On January 23, 1959, 10 students from the Ural Polytechnical Institute embarked on a skiing expedition into the remote northern Ural Mountains. Led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, they aimed to reach Ural Mountain, a challenging but achievable trek for this experienced group. But one member fell ill and turned back, leaving 9 to continue. They were never seen alive again. When their bodies were discovered weeks later, the scene was a nightmare. Tents slashed from the inside, bodies scattered across the snow, some missing eyes and tongues, and one with a skull fracture no human could inflict. What happened that night in the frozen wilderness? This is a mystery that defies explanation, and today we'll dive deep into the clues, the theories, and the unsettling truths that linger to this day. Let's start at the beginning. The group was a mix of students and graduates, all in their 20s, led by Igor Dyatlov, a skilled outdoorsman with a passion for exploration. Their goal was to earn a prestigious hiking certification by reaching Ural Mountain, a 10-day journey through rugged, snow-laden terrain. They were well equipped with skis, warm clothing, and a sturdy tent, and they documented their trip with photos and diaries, snapshots of a carefree adventure. On January 31st, they reached the edge of a highland area and began crossing a pass, later named Dyatlov Pass, in Igor's honor. Their last diary entry, dated February 1st, described setting up camp on the slope of Kolatsiakal, or Dead Mountain, in the local Mansi language. They were just 10 miles from their destination, but then communication stopped. When they failed to return by February 12th, a search was launched. On February 26th, rescuers found their campsite, and what they saw sent chills down their spines. The tent was slashed open from the inside, half buried in snow, with all their belongings, coats, boots, and food left behind. Footprints led away into the darkness toward a forest a mile away. What could have driven them to flee in the dead of night barefoot into a blizzard? The first bodies were found near a cedar tree, a mile from the tent. Yuri Doroshenko and Yuri Krivonishenko, both 23, were barefoot and dressed only in underwear. Nearby, a small fire flickered, evidence they'd tried to survive the -30 degrees Fahrenheit cold. But their deaths were just the beginning of the horror. Igor Dyatlov, Zinaida Kolmogorova, and Rustam Slobodin were found further up the slope as if trying to return to the tent. They died of hypothermia, but Slobodin had a fractured skull, though not enough to kill him outright. Two months later, the final 4, Lyudmila Dubinina, Semyon Zolotaryov, Alexander Kolovatov, and Nikolai Thibault-Brignolle, were discovered in a ravine buried under 13 feet of snow. Their injuries were catastrophic. Dubinina was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her face. Thibault-Brignolle had a crushed skull. Zolotaryov had multiple broken ribs, yet there were no external wounds, no signs of an attack. Some of their clothing tested positive for radiation, levels far higher than normal. What force could cause such devastation without leaving a mark? The Soviet investigation was swift but shrouded in secrecy. The official report concluded that the hikers died due to a compelling natural force, but offered no explanation. Early theories pointed to an avalanche, common in the Urals, but the slope was only 15 to 20 degrees, far too gentle for a typical avalanche. Plus, there were no signs of snow displacement or debris. The tent was intact and the footprints were orderly, not panicked. Another theory blamed the local Mansi people, indigenous hunters who revered the mountain. But no Mansi tracks were found and the injuries didn't match any known weapon. The hikers' cameras recovered from the tent showed mundane photos until the last frame, a blurry, overexposed image of strange lights in the sky. Was this a clue to their fate or a red herring? The mystery deepened and the case was quietly closed, classified for decades. Over the decades, countless theories have emerged to explain the Dyatlov Pass incident. Let's explore the most compelling ones, from the plausible to the paranormal. Theory 1. The slab avalanche hypothesis. In 2021, scientists proposed a slab avalanche, a small, localized collapse of heavy snow slabs caused by strong winds. This could have startled the hikers, prompting them to cut the tent and flee. Hypothermia explains most deaths, while the ravine injuries could result from a fall. But why no avalanche debris, and why the radiation? Theory 2. Infrasound panic. Some suggest that katabatic winds, fast-moving cold air currents, created infrasound low-frequency vibrations that can induce panic, disorientation, and hallucinations. This could explain their flight from the tent, but not the physical injuries or missing body parts. Theory 3. Military cover-up. The radiation and strange lights fueled this theory. Could the hikers have stumbled into a secret Soviet weapons test, perhaps a missile or radiological experiment? The government might have staged the scene to hide the truth, explaining the injuries and missing evidence. But why leave the bodies for discovery? Theory 4. The Yeti or supernatural. The Mansi spoke of a menk, a Yeti-like creature haunting the mountains. Some point to the crushed bones and missing tongue as evidence of an attack. Others cite the lights as UFO activity. While far-fetched, the sheer brutality of the injuries keeps this theory alive. So what really happened on that fateful night in 1959? Let's weigh the evidence. The slab avalanche theory is the most scientifically supported, explaining the flight from the tent and some injuries. Infrasound could account for the panic, while hypothermia fits the initial deaths. But the radiation, the missing tongue, and the catastrophic injuries in the ravine remain unexplained. The military cover-up theory offers a chilling alternative, backed by the Cold War context and the lights in the sky. Here's the viral revelation. In 2019, Russia reopened the case, concluding it was an avalanche, but refused to release all files, fueling speculation of a cover-up. And one haunting detail persists: the Mansi name for the mountain, Kolat-Syakhl, translates to Dead Mountain. Was this a warning the hikers ignored? The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a puzzle with missing pieces, a tragedy where nature, human error, or something darker may have converged in a perfect storm of horror. And there you have it, the Dyatlov Pass incident. What killed 9 hikers in 1959 on Oddities Uncovered. This chilling mystery reminds us that even in our modern age, some secrets remain buried in the snow, whispering truths we may never fully grasp. What do you think happened that night? Was it a natural disaster, a government conspiracy, or something beyond our understanding? Drop your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more spine-chilling mysteries. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next dark corner of history.